Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage, and as you can probably tell by the episode title and number, I have restarted. And the reason for this is I'm sure you're aware if you watched the previous 5 videos that I was right next door to Pocatello, and we'd announced him. He'd already taken out China, and he brought a big army towards me. I bribed him to go and fight the Inca. But when I was recording episode 6, he came back, declared war on me, and he just had a never-ending supply of pikemen, longswordsmen, knights, composite bowmen. He just completely face-rolled me. He took out my 2 cities to the south with melee units in like 2 or 3 turns, despite the fact that I had built walls in both of them by the time he arrived there. And I pretty much just lost it at that point and table flipped and deleted the recording. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start again. So sorry for those of you who were really getting into that first series, but it was not going to be a long one. And like I said, I just deleted the recording. I didn't even bother uploading it. It was such a complete steamroll. I felt embarrassed about it. So I thought we'll start again with exactly the same settings, and this time we'll hope for a bit of better luck. Hopefully we won't end up being attacked straight away or next door to Pocatello. So here we are, exactly the same settings, and I'm going to try and be a little bit more cautious about what I do in this game. This is my start here. It's quite interesting. We have ourselves some marble and some stone. We've also got citrus. Now, one thing that I would like to do, because we do have a mountain here, I'm just going to go and move the warrior. Oh yes, we've got a lot of nice stuff over here, which makes me even more want to move my settler onto this hill. So, it will cost us a turn, but by moving here onto this hill, we will be able to grab the 2 citrus and the cattle down to the south, which we wouldn't normally be able to grab. But it also means we'll be adjacent to the mountain, and that means we can get ourselves an observatory here, and that's going to be really important with Babylon. So let's go ahead and move up onto the hill. It will cost us 1 turn because we won't get our city set up straight away. So it does delay us slightly there, but we can go ahead now and settle our city. We are instantly going to work the citrus for 3 food. We're going to go into production focus, and I'm going to start with the scout. I normally have a habit of starting with the monument, but talking to Marbers here, it does make more sense to build the scout first, because of course you want to try and get those ancient ruins. And getting the ancient ruins is not only very valuable for your civilization, but if you can get them before the AI and deny the AI from getting them, then that's going to make your life a little bit easier. I'm going to choose pottery because we want to try and get a shrine as soon as possible. We also might beeline into writing because we do get that free great scientist when we discover writing, and that could be really useful for us because we could go ahead and use that great scientist to build an academy, and having an early game academy could really help us out. We're not going to be able to get the warrior moved around an awful lot. We do seem to have a lot of hills and jungles and stuff around here, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. There's actually another citrus there, which we won't quite be able to grab. Not with this city anyway, but being a little bit unfortunate right now, very often you actually manage to grab a ancient ruin very early on with your warrior. There is a city-state down there who we'll go and have a look for. It's luck of the draw, though. Sometimes you actually start with a... Oh, wow. Someone's already discovered Ragusa, so there's definitely another civilization, maybe just to the south of this one. Yep, there they are. That's the Ethiopians. So, he's been a colossal pain in the arse in some of my previous games. And we have discovered Uluru. Could potentially be a good place for another city. So, as a neighbour, he is relatively close. Need to try and get our scout out quickly. And again, we're just finding more jungle up here. Now, he's going to go down that way. So, my best bet is to take my scout and move up to the north and see what we can see up here. It looks like we've actually found some coast. Really having some trouble finding any decent, well, finding any ancient ruins at all. 2 food and 1 production. That is definitely the best tile that you could be working for now. Let's go on to the next turn. If we happen not to find any ancient ruins, it's not the end of the world. We're the first people to meet Brussels. There might be something down here. Yeah, it won't be the end of the world if we don't find any ancient ruins. There's some there. Hopefully we can grab those. We might get shot at by the barbarians, but I think we'll be able to survive it. No, we didn't even get shot at, so let's quickly go and grab those. And we get the free culture. Fantastic. So we can go ahead and get tradition straight away. So I did delay my monument a little bit, but because we've managed to pick up tradition, it gives us an extra 3 culture anyway. And you only get 2 culture from the monument. So it does make more sense to try and grab the scout first, because if you do get the culture pop from the ruins, and there's some more down there that hopefully we can grab. You watch it be a free tech and it'll finish pottery when there's 3 turns left to go on it. Oh, 90 gold. Very nice. Let's just cross the river. We're not going to do too much scouting around on this side. I think I'm actually going to bring this guy back and head over to the east a little bit. We are going to need to think about a location for our second city. We could try and grab something coastal. Don't really want to do too much exploring with the warrior. I will want to bring him back. It's annoying that we haven't managed to grab any more ruins, but it's one of those things. Let's get you over here and over here. So we've spread to the bananas now. The bananas would give us 3 food, but I'm liking the extra production here. 5 turns for the monument. That would be 6 turns for the monument, but 5 turns until growth. I think we'll just leave you on that tile until the monument is finished. I don't mind doing that. There is the Iroquois. Not quite as bad as the Shoshone, but still a pain in the arse anyway. There's Pottery. So, what do we want to get here? I mean, we're going to need to be able to chop down jungles relatively soon. We also want to be able to get the citrus. We're also going to need quarries. So there's a lot of stuff that we are going to need. Which one's the jungle? It's bronze working. So we need bronze working and calendar. But I think we're just going to go... well, we don't need to rush writing straight away. Let's go and get mining first. Because then we can start working towards quarry for the stone. And that'll allow us to build a little more quickly. Let's go and do a bit of exploring over here. Got some salt, some wheat. Potential place for a city over there. We're probably getting close to Ethiopia going down in this direction, south of the city-state. But we'll keep having a look around. Another barbarian camp. How useful. Someone's already founded a pantheon. And you're attacking my scout. That's very nice of you. We'll just move away and go and stand upon the hill. There's the Iroquois, so there's not going to be any ancient ruins around here. Let's move you guys up onto the hill. Can't really see anything. Again, this is where the Ethiopian scout came from, so I would assume if there was anything around here, those guys would have already had it anyway. Yep, there's Ethiopia's borders. Little bit disappointing. Let's go on and head down this way. You never know, we might get lucky. There is another city-state down there. We might actually be able to grab a worker on this game. That'd certainly make life a little bit easier. Let's go up onto the hill. They've also got dyes. It's Mombasa. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we have finished the monument. So we might as well start work on the shrine. See if we can at least get a pantheon. We'll just have a little bit of a look around this direction and then we'll head back to our city around the other side. I'm hearing units move around. And it's at Rome. That's going to be interesting, having Rome in the game. So if there was anything over there, I guess that's probably their scout that's been upgraded. So yeah, time to sort of head back before it all gets gnarly. What have we got here? We've got another border growth. Not a particularly useful tile. Doesn't look like we're going to get much more in the way of ancient ruins anyway. There's some more barbarians. Let's try and keep away from them. We've got a new policy, of course. It's going to be Oligarchy. Babylon has grown. And you are working the 3 food tile. Well, makes a lot of sense to me, so carry on working it. We do have some money at this point. We could potentially go and buy a better tile to work if there was one. I mean, citrus is better than bananas because it gives you the additional gold. We don't want to work a pure production tile at the moment. It's a little bit pointless. So I guess we'll just leave it as it is for now. We've got enough tiles to work. Let's just head down this way a little bit. Hopefully Rome and Ethiopia will be fighting each other a lot and I won't have to deal with them, but we shall see. Did say that we weren't going to go south anymore, so I think we'll sort of return home. Let us go this way. Oh, looks like the Iroquois have a lot of units over here. We'll keep looking around and see if we can find some ruins anyway. I knew you were going to shoot at me. You're right next to some Iroquois warriors, but you shoot at me. I thought you might do that. Well, there's another city-state. We'll find the city-state and then I think we'll go and heal up. Oh, found some copper over here near Mombasa. Obviously, we've got to be careful. We don't want to forward settle Rome. Well, I don't know. Maybe we do want to forward settle Rome, but it's pretty stupid to do. Wow, Rome have got a caravan already. So we've got mining. Let us go ahead and get writing. The sooner we can actually get that great scientist out, the sooner we can actually get some of the other techs. There's Belgrade. Of course, we're not the first people to meet them. We did not expect that we would be. Wow, Roman Ethiopia and the Iroquois. 3 pretty aggressive settlers. So, oh well, that's going to be interesting. You're going to take a little while to get back because you've got a lot of jungle tiles to go through. So, where are we going to settle our second city? That is a very good question. We could potentially try and get something over here near Uluru. That'll give us some food and some faith. We could come and settle over here on the mountain. That would give us more citrus and access to sugar. May potentially be something here in the river. I think we'll actually go and have a look and just see what we can see there. As for the north, we could come up here. It's a little bit close to the Iroquois, but there is salt and wheat and another mountain. Or we could come up here and try and grab something coastal. Not always that useful on Pangaea maps. I mean, coastal trade routes are always better. And there are some really nice bonuses you can get for coastal cities. But I think, all in all, it's... Oh, great. Oh, well, at least we were on the hill and they didn't manage to kill me, but annoying all the same. So let me try and run away from you if I can, and probably run into even more barbarians. Just leave them alone, let them heal up. Ah, glad I came this way because we found an ancient ruin. Well, we'll go and nab that. What have we got here? We have finished our production. Well, stealing a worker would still be a nice idea. Let's just have a look. We'll get a worker produced anyway. What are we up to? 3 population. We'll start work on a worker. We'll start work on a worker. We'll see if there's one down here at Ragusa. If there is, we'll switch straight to our settler. And obviously we're bringing the warrior back so that he can We're bringing the warrior back, and then he can sort of support the settler on his way over. It's only a map. That's a little bit of a shame. Now that's interesting. What colour does that look like to you? It's probably hard to tell on YouTube. To me, it looks like a white border with a possible brown inner, which would be Denmark. But it's hard to tell without being able to get closer. Belgrade's obviously being attacked by that archer. I'd love to be able to help, but I need to heal up. So let's go down here and see if Ragusa actually have a worker yet. Doesn't look like they do. We'll just nip into this side and see what they've got. Doesn't look like they have a worker. Right, Babylon has actually grown. I think we do need to get a worker out, though. Mainly because we need to be able to start upgrading some stuff for happiness. I'm strongly considering putting my second city onto this hill. So we can grab Uluru, we can grab the sugar, we can grab more citrus, and we'll be next to a mountain. And it's not terribly far away. I probably will grab something coastal, but I don't think we need it instantly. Wish you guys would just produce a worker for me. But you're not going to, are you? Let's just nip through and see if they've got one down on that side. No, they haven't. Borders of Babylon have grown. So we've actually now spread over to that tile. And that's a good tile to work. It's not really giving us a lot of extra production, but giving us that extra 2 gold could be useful. Yeah, we're not going to go ahead and buy anything right now. We don't really need to. Let's go on to the next turn. You guys want a great engineer. It's a shame you don't want a great scientist, because we'll have one of those very, very soon. But we shall head back so we can escort our settler over here. We will go ahead then and clear that barbarian camp out at some point. So we've got to be careful because we've got Rome over here as well. We may adopt a policy. We're going to go and get legalism. That'll mean we can rush towards monarchy and get some reduction to our unhappiness. That's a lot of units there, Rome. Interesting. Well, we'll go and explore up to the north. Hopefully we're not going to get forward settled by any of the AIs. Looking at the map, it still looks like brown. It could be dark red. There is a possibility that it could be Spain, but I don't think it is. It's difficult to tell. Let's go and move up here. It will be a little while before we get that settler. But I feel that we need the worker first anyway. We've discovered writing, so we get ourselves the... Now, what have we got here? This is a... Is this a hill? It is a hill. So we could put a mine there for production. I think we'll just go and put down on the food on this tile because we can get food from it. Build an academy here. Make sure that academy stays locked. So we'll lose 2 gold per turn to grab the 8 science per turn, which is much more valuable. Of course, once we get a national college here, and once we can go and get an observatory here as well, that's going to be worth quite a lot. We will queue up both bronze working and... Or do we just go for masonry? We'll go masonry first, and then we'll queue up bronze working and calendar, because what that will allow us to do... Masonry will allow us to get the... quarries on the stone and the marble, and then while we're doing that we can be getting the clear jungle and the calendar so we can grab the citrus. That seems to make the most sense. So let's go up and have a look up here to the north. We might even be able to deal with that barbarian camp. I don't think there's a mission for it, but we'll certainly have a look around. And we've only got 3 happiness right now, so instantly trying to settle another city isn't going to help us all that much. We've got a barbarian hand axe in this direction, so let's try and go the long way around if we can. I'm very doubtful that we're going to find any more ancient ruins, but we have found another city-state, so that's always good. We do, of course, have some more civilizations to find, so we need to keep looking. Let's move over here. See, the salt and the wheat is nice, but it's a little bit too close to the Iroquois for my liking. There's another city-state over here, so let's go over in that direction. Looks like the Romans have got themselves a free worker from that barbarian camp, which is a shame. They're also going to be the first people to meet these guys, if they haven't already. And we found Austria. Where were you? Not sure where you were, but we found you. Or you found us, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go the long way around here, because I know that the barbarians always choose to attack me. Because that's just the way this game works. It likes to troll you like that. That's it. You guys deal with the Romans. Yeah, they have a lot of units. Ah, Ethiopians. Yeah, didn't really want Shaka in this game. Yeah, I'll take an embassy with Austria. I didn't really want Shaka in this game. But that said, if we can get him fighting somebody else, it might actually help us out. What can we do with you? Can we get close enough to discover that city-state yet? Still no. Wow, we'll have to move up onto the hill and spend another turn. Rome healing up, hardly surprising. Let's get you up there. There we go. We found Manila. And we'll just finish this turn off. It'll probably be the end of the video. There is Rome City. They've got some copper here. Was one of Rome's cities anyway. And that's about all we can do on that turn. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Sorry about the restart, but I hope that this playthrough is going to be a little bit more interesting than the face wreck I received from Pocatello. And I'll see you guys next time. So until then, goodbye for now.